It is Thursday. We don't want to confuse anybody because normally we have our legal segment with Whitney Traylor on Wednesday. But we had a whole lot going on with the Broncos yesterday.
And we know what takes precedence.
It is Denver.
So anyway, we had to adjust.
Right.
And you're willing to adjust.
Yes, here I am. Thank you.
And we're glad that you're here today because we really do want to talk pleading the fifth, right? As former President Trump did this week. And there are a number of civil and criminal investigations, potential lawsuits. So I think that's a good place to start, right? Yeah. What are the cases being brought against him?
Right. So there is so many cases, civil and criminal, and we don't exactly know what's going on. I mean, this is what happens in these criminal investigations is that folks will do the investigation. We don't know what they're ultimately after, and they keep things close to the vest, which has happened. But in this case, out of New York, there's civil cases. That's what this deposition was related to, a civil case related to his business dealings and whether he inflated and misrepresented financial statements on his documents. There's also a criminal case, which is also coming out of Manhattan in the district attorney related to the same thing. My classmate from Emory Law School in 1996, Fonnie Willis, who's in Georgia, she's the district attorney. She's contemplating prosecuting for actions that he took related to the election when he tried to press the Secretary of State in Georgia. So that's in Fulton County. So there's a number of different things, but it all boils down to really business dealings and really sort of trying to make yourself look very meek in the IRS and look inflated when you're trying to get a loan. So that's really what it is whether he was accurate on his documents.
And we, a lot has been made about the fact that President Trump spoke openly about not taking the fifth ever, that people that do, how bad that was. But he said yesterday, I had to protect my family and everything. From a legal perspective, sometimes an attorney would say, you know what, you're best to just zip it right now.
That's exactly right. This was in the deposition, and the deposition happens when you're in the lawyer's office, you're on one side of the table, they're on the other, there's a court reporter, everything you're saying is being taken, and it's under oath. And so, yeah, sometimes it makes sense. This is a civil investigation, but if he revealed information that could lead to criminal prosecution, he's entitled to take the fifth. And so the fifth is a beautiful thing. I mean, the Bill of Rights it's a great thing to have that. Here, though, what's unique is that in New York, in a civil action, they can actually use that against him, and the court can actually say to the jury, you can make an adverse inference, meaning you can assume the worst based on him taking the fifth. Criminal cases, absolutely, you can't use that. But in New York, in this civil case, they can. So if they go forward, this could actually be damaging.
And it sounds like it was a smart decision then for him to do this at this juncture. But I just want to ask the question that I really want to know. Does he face jail time? Is that an actual possibility, probability coming out of all of this?
Well, it's a great question, and it's bizarre that we're having a former president prosecuted on this level. I mean, I think the closest thing we have is Nixon, who, that all got resolved. And we got some precedent in terms of what you can do with a president, the subpoena power. But just like Donald Trump's presidency, everything is pushing the edges. Like, we're really testing our democracy, the separation of powers. What is a president entitled to, how does executive privilege work? These are issues that we just haven't dealt with before because we haven't had, these kind of issues. I mean, he's the first president in 40 years to not release his tax returns. So even though some people say, well, it's a witch hunt, you're going after him for everything, there is reasons that he's being pursued. He is sort of standing on his own as presidents go, if you will.
Unique because of his business dealings prior to becoming a politician. So it's all unique, all the way right. Yeah, you're right. Sure. Legally, we're writing it. So maybe you have to come and talk about it next week.
Places I have so many more questions. We're getting wrapped, but I
know,
want to know
don't
more.
you? Yeah.
Can he run for president if he's...
They can punish him both through the January 6th committee, but yes, that can be a sanction that he can't run. And that's going to be an issue. It looks like he's planning to run. It looks like he's going to push the issue. These legal issues will be resolved, and it's good because we need them to be resolved in our democracy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Whitney.
Until next time.
Yes.
Keep everything right there.
All right.
In your brain. Keep it all.
I got it.
Thank
See you next Wednesday.